Notion system for people who hate complexity. Let's talk about Notion for a second. Notion is powerful and everyone knows that, but it is also one of the most overwhelming tools out there. Dashboards everywhere, complex templates, databases inside databases, and suddenly you feel like you're managing the system instead of your life. If you have ever opened Notion, stared at the screen, and thought this is too much, you are not alone. In this video, I am going to show you a simple Notion system built specifically for people who hate complexity. No fancy dashboards, no over-engineering, and no pressure to organize everything perfectly. Just a clean setup that helps you write notes, track tasks, and store ideas without thinking too hard. The biggest mistake people make with Notion is trying to build the perfect system from day one. They add structure before they even know what they need. This setup works with one rule in mind: the system should disappear. You shouldn't feel like you're using Notion, you should just be writing, checking tasks, and moving on with your day. So instead of asking, how can I optimize this, we ask, what's the least I need to stay organized? The first thing you create is one page, just one, and call it home. Right here, we are going to create a single page, and this is going to be home. Right here, you can start writing in your notes, or here's a better thing. From here on, you go exactly where you need to go and no thinking required. On this page, you link to 3 other pages like notes, tasks, and ideas. That's it. No widgets, no charts, no aesthetic setup. If it looks boring, you are doing it right. So let's add a database right here. We're simply going to add in a command. We're simply just going to add in a database, and we are going to start with an empty one, just like that. Let's make a new page for notes. The other is going to be for tasks, and let's create a page for tasks, notes, and we are going to create one for ideas. These are the only 3 pages that you are going to need. If it looks boring, that means you are doing it just right. You don't want to overcomplicate it with too many properties, too many pages, creating too many folders. Everything is going to be done right here. We are going to name this home, just like that. Next, let's open the notes page first. And here is the important part. Don't start with a database, or just don't create too many property, just write. You don't need to add much properties right here. You can just start writing in your notes, your daily thoughts, or anything. This is where you dump everything: meeting notes, random thoughts, study notes, even voiceover ideas, anything. Scrollable, searchable, and simple text. You can simply just search your notes in this page if you're looking for one. When things get messy, you don't reorganize, you use AI. You see this logo right here. You're going to click on this, and this is simply going to act as your helper. For example, let's say that you wrote very messy notes right here, and you are going to ask AI to summarize this into a clean task-related note folder for you, where you can see your task later and see what you have to start working with first. So I'm going to ask AI to summarize it into a single paragraph. And you can see the AI started generating the paragraph just like that. You can insert it below, and right here it gave you a whole paragraph, turning your messy notes or bullet points into a single paragraph. This is pretty easy to use. You can go ahead and delete the part that you don't want, just like that. And this is super simple. You're going to close this, and once you reopen it, the notes are organized just like that. Suddenly, the chaos turned into clarity, and without you doing any manual work. You just asked AI to organize your notes for you, and this saved a lot of time for you. Now, let's talk about tasks. Most people overcomplicate task management in Notion by adding priorities, tags, relations, and timelines. If you hate complexity, skip all of that. Create a task page just like we did earlier. We're going to open this. Instead of doing all the manual work, we're going to let AI help us here. We are going to ask AI to generate us a table. I'm going to give it a prompt, simply just type it in, and it is going to start crafting and generating the idea we just gave it to. It's going to bring it to life and simply just paste it. Once it's ready, you can simply just click on it and start entering your task according to the properties that you want. You can just add properties like task name, one for status, and a due date. That's all you need. Instead of building views and filters, we let the AI do the work, and you can also ask it things like show tasks to this week or summarize unfinished tasks, and you stay focused on doing the work, not managing it. And it said it has created just like that. You can simply just keep adding in your tasks. There is due date, property. You can also add relation, which works as a backlink. You can just relate other nodes to each other. Simply just search up relations, and you can just start adding this related files. You add this and then you can later just drop in those pages. Next, let's start working with ideas. This page exists so your brain can relax. You don't need to decide what an idea is or where it belongs. You can just drop it here straight ahead. Video ideas, business thoughts, things to explore later, all of it goes in one place. No tagging, no organizing, and no pressure. Later on, when you do have trouble organizing or looking for something through this page or folder, you can just ask AI to locate it for you. When you want to turn an idea into something real, you ask AI, turn this idea into a short outline. That's enough structure to move forward without overthinking. You can use AI to replace structure and you can just focus on the main message first. In a simple Notion system, AI replaces complexity. Instead of folders, relations, and templates, you rely on a few basic prompts. Things like summarize this, make this clearer, or what should I do next? These prompts handle most of what people build complicated systems for. The goal is not to have a perfect organization, it is to reduce mental load. Here are some things that you need to avoid if you hate complexity. If Notion has ever felt overwhelming, it's usually because of a few things. It's that dashboards with too much information, like here, there is nothing much going on. You open this page and you see a table, you simply just click on them one by one and it takes you to the page directly. So the dashboard doesn't have much information and it's pretty plain. For example, let's say we go onto a new page and here you are going to be provided with templates. Most of the time, these templates that you copy, you don't really understand what is going on, and you would want something that is in your style and created by you so you understand it better. Like right here, there are so many templates with different color palettes, but they look really complicated and look hard to manage. The table that we created looks boring and pretty plain, but once you get used to Notion, you can go ahead and try new templates. Even when you click on a database, it is going to suggest you or give you an option to build with AI. You can go ahead and do that, but you need to be really clear with what exactly you want. For example, if we go along with any of these tables, you're simply going to click on this. Sometimes it's pretty hard to manage and you have to take out properties or add in tags, properties, or any more stuff, which is going to be complicated. And systems built for productivity videos are not for real life. If you constantly feel the urge to tweak your setup instead of using it, that's a sign the system is too complex. Only add complexity when something actually hurts. Like right here, this is way too boring. You can simply just add in your person, or you can just assign each of these nodes to your team members if you are working with a whole team, or if you have more people on your workspace, even your clients. Okay, let's say that you have your whole team on this workspace and you want to assign tasks to your team members. You're simply just going to add a property for person and you can just simply tag them in here just like that, and the person will be notified that this task is their work and they have to complete it. This keeps the whole team tied together and everyone knows what is going on and what tasks are being done by who. You should never build in advance, build only when you feel friction. Simplicity should always come first because you do not want to build unnecessary tables, just like this one that I wanted to show you guys as an example. If you have too many tables or too much going on, you can simply just delete them. To wrap it up, Notion doesn't need to be complicated to be useful. A simple system is the one you actually use. One homepage, one note space, one task list, one place for ideas. If Notion feels calm instead of stressful, you've done it right. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions or queries about this, then just leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.